3. It was a very, very close series. So the thing is, you know, I don't know how strong Elevate really is. They've been inconsistent in ways, but they've also lost to like Hive. Overall, District, though, if they had to pick any map, I'm not going to lie, this is probably one of PK's weakest map. Not weakest map, but one of the maps that you wouldn't favor them on. So Elevate made a good decision. This is going to be the one that they want to strike when the anvil's hot. Let's see if they can make it happen, Colin.
So here we go already. We're on board with Krabby's. You can see that extra flash being thrown out. He's going to try to get the stun. Monkeys is moving in. Gary, he never took his hand away from his eyes. He stayed stunned for a good 15 seconds there. Krabby's moving back in. He knows he's got to try to save his teammate. Gets one down. He's not going to be able to clean it up, though. Perfect job by Raver to get that down the out and save his teammate, allowing for that extra revive to come through. Now Dragons over the cover. He's going to say bye-bye to his head. Exclusive is going to try his hand, bounce it around, but he's only going to find another Nasher. And Pittsburgh Knights are starting things off hot and ready to go.
Colin, is it too early to say that I'm already worried for Elevate? Is it too early? It's only round number 1, but off the rip, PK didn't stutter whatsoever. Gary, the only one with a kill to his name. Anytime they ran into PK, they were getting chunked, they were getting lancered, they were getting taken down. Elevate. Is it too early? I mean, is it too soon? Seriously. I mean, should I be worried at this point? Or do you think that round number 1, let's scuff it up. Let's go into round number 2.
Well, they got to look at that, how Krabby stayed stunned for forever and a day. He had to roll out of the bandstand. The next player standing there ended up staying stunned for quite some time as well. They had a great idea going home to home, try to match the shotgun power with more shotgun power. They end up losing it just off of the stuns and the great flashes of Pittsburgh Knights. Maybe you play back a little bit. Maybe you give them the ability to stay in that fight a little bit longer. Nero here in the middle of the map. He's going to rotate to the top. I believe he's going to try to move across this position and get pressure onto Summons. If you can force him down to the bandstand and win that 1v, you have a chance to take over the B hill, but it's going to be a big and tall task to win a 1v against Summons.
Exclusive, he's going to get taken down. Now the man advantage is going to go to the side of PK. Though over in theater, we are going to see a fight. Summons is going to clean up Dragons. And PK is slowly starting to push forward. Look at how much pressure they have on the Charlie. Elevate knows they are on the way. It's going to be a 2 up top. Oh, that's going to be a big kill for Identiv. Gary down low. Looking at a 1v2, but look at Monkeys on the flank. Gary doesn't know who to focus on. He's going to get taken out. That was just a tough spot for him to be in.
Immediately right there, able to get that shot on and get the rotation and the kill very quickly before anybody even goes down. Pittsburgh Knights playing pretty pristinely perfect, because if you take a look at their respawn indicator, it's 4s across the board. I know we're only in round 2, but that means nobody's died in the round, Taylor. Everybody's been standing around, shooting for one another, and getting easy chunks and kills.
And that's the thing that makes them so... Look at that Lancer fire. Krabby's trying to push in. We know how dominant of a Slayer Krabby's is. Look at Monkeys on the flank. This is the thing, man. PK is all over the map. Elevate, keep your head on a swivel. Monkeys isn't going down. That Lancer fire is helping him. Dear Lord, 3 players will fall. Make that forest. Dragons drops in PK. We already know. They're going straight head down into Nero. He tries to get out. Nowhere you can go. You go right into Identiv Stasher. He's cleaned up. And PK, they're going to take round number 2.
Talk about domination. Look, I know it took 1 minute and 48 seconds, but it was like playing with your food. It was like watching National Geographic and seeing a lioness out on the hunt taking down a gazelle, saying, all right, look, I've got dinner for the rest of the family, but let me tear a few pieces off for myself before we head into round number 3. Let's pad these stats. Everybody doing a picture-perfect job right now. I can't stress this enough with the way that they have decided to Lancer out for their teammates, rotate around the map, and never, ever allow themselves to take really bad 1Vs, whether it be rolling back and waiting for help or forcing a bad situation out of somebody pushing up against them.
I said, oh no, because the drop shot's down. And I was about to go into my analysis and say, you know what, even if they place a drop shot, it's not going to help them. They're getting outslayed, and Identis with a quick chunk onto Gary. The stun, though, a little bit too long. Identis will fall. Dezo as well. And Elevate might make it out of this with a net positive, and they will, believe it or not, Summons in that mid-fight. He's going to get chunked. Dragons takes him out. Identis gets to spot him, so PK stays alive. But Elevate is slowly starting to go through. Aid is going to be by himself, though. If I'm him, I'm just going to Lancer, but I'm going to eventually back off. I can't take this fight.
Well, he's trying to get some damage there onto Dezenide and force Dezenide to make a bad move because player number 9, Krabby's on the other side, has got to be able to shoot somebody in the back, maybe get that down, but he stays his welcome. He overstays his welcome. You can see a couple of players there. I believe it was Summons and Identives Summons and Monkeys run right through him, and now they're trying to take over the middle of the map exclusive. He's going to get 1 kill there. He needs to rotate it back across to his home hill. They've already lost the mid-neutral, and now the home is probably going to be contested or at least fought over here shortly by Raver, who's trying to move into position to get a decap.
It's a match. You have to think that it's a bit personal for Identives and Krabbies, right? Remember season finals where Identives taught Krabbies a lesson, said, you know what? I'm Kobe at my peak. You will not take the range. You will not take the championship. And that's exactly what Identiv showed him by giving him the beatdown. In fact, the entire team of F&I, when Krabbies was on it, ended up getting beat down. And I said this, Krabbies needs to come back stronger than ever. He cannot allow Identivs to do that. So for me, I think this match is very personal. Elevate wants to win this, and I think Krabbies is leading that charge saying, you know what, we have to finally silence Identivs. I need my revenge. It starts here.
Well, I don't think you can get caught up in your revenge. I think you need to play this pretty methodically. The way that Pittsburgh Knights are dismantling you right now, you got to be able to play with your teammates. And right now, they're doing a good job of it so far in round 3. They got that early team wipe at the drop shot. Exclusive comes away with the drop as well. Gets a double kill late in the round. They still have a 2-1 hill advantage for a moment, but now their home's been decapped. I believe Monkeys is on B Hill. So everything's going to kind of switch into the favor of the Pittsburgh Knights. And Krabbies, here he goes. He's off to the races. He's going to try to flood at Summons, and he's not waiting for help. Player 7 is too far away for him to be able to Lancer out and get a lot of damage on his Summons, and it's going to take too long to get over there. Nobody's going to be in position. Finally, Summons is going to go down, but here comes Dezenide off respawn, as well as Raver and Monkeys. This is going to get hairy very quickly because Monkeys has the drop shot inside the juice.
Ooh. Oh, he misses. Believe it or not, Nero had just enough coverage, but still in a 1v2. He's not going to be able to clutch it up. So either way, they got value out of that. PK now, overextension in place. Dezo knows he needs to lock and see. Colin, so much has been committed on both ends. I'm seeing a lot of ones. And matter of fact, Gary's going to be on his last life if he decides to get back in, but I think he knows the smart decision is just to let it go. PK's map presence, they're everywhere. But believe it or not, Gary does come in. They fill in opportunities there. After all, Elevate does have the lead, but they got to play this right.
They got to come away with at least a break or a decap, maybe even a second hill. Krabbies is going to get completely called out in that bandstand. Identiv is going to run up. He's going to sacrifice himself. Dezenide on his final life. Raver now has to be worried about the middle bandstand. Triple cap being threatened for a moment. Monkeys will turn around, get an easy kill there on exclusive. Gets the quitter onto Nero and finishes him off. This is a domination, and all of that investment in round number 3 adds up to a net bankruptcy for a few players on Elevate and a 3-0 lead for Pittsburgh Knights, because now Pittsburgh is sitting there going, hey guys, you put all of that momentum and all that energy into round 3. So even if we lose this one, we're still up 3-1, and I believe we still have the respawn advantage. So you better hope you play perfect for the first and second wave.
Yeah, it's true. Elevate, I mean, you know, they're hurting, but PK isn't that healthy either. But this is the thing that I look at, is the ability for PK members to stay up as long as they do. So even though they're about equal or maybe just a little bit ahead of respawn economy of that of Elevate, I think you get more value out of each of the 5 players than you would on the Elevate members, right? So that's the thing, especially after those first 2 rounds, which they were just dominating. And it took forever for even the first player to die, right? So the fact is, I think PK is going to be okay, but this initial is very important. And Raver, he is going in onto Gary, trying to get it. Exclusive's going to be stunned, but Raver's out, and he's going to get dropped.
Now Summons is going to try his hand at that meat shield, rolling in. Little misroll right there. Will get him killed by Nero. Nero has to worry about Dezenide, who's over the top of that counter. Middle of the map has been won by the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to be able to take a 2v2. Good shot by Nero to take the head off of Dezenide. And now Monkeys moves in. Meat shield in hand. That extra shot over the cover, I believe it was a little headshot, cheeky play by Nero with that snub. Still not able to come away with a drop shot in hand, I believe. They are still fighting this bandstand team fight. I'm unsure if it was picked up and lost or if it's still available on the map.
I'm not too sure just yet, but I'm sure we'll get our answer very soon. Casualties on both ends. Gary on last life, Dezo as well. So those are going to be the 2 players you really don't want going down if you're on that side. I don't see that drop shot anywhere. So I think they're just trying to fight. Maybe PK
killed.
Yeah, I think PK is threatening maybe that overextension. Either way, there's so much attention. Well, obviously Bravo as well, but everybody at a standstill calling. You don't see this too often.
The reason it's at a standstill is because Elevate took too long to win the team fight and try to get into the B hill. If Nero had jumped in there, he'd have been lancered out from that middle info and gone down. If you notice in the top left hand of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh Knights got their early cap off and have been amassing about a 4 or 5 point lead for most of this round. So they can sit back and play as defensively as they want. They can make Elevate make the first move and try to win. The middle of the map has been won by Pittsburgh Knights. Now you see Summons with a second kill there onto Exclusive. Nobody is really getting a dominant position for Elevate. They're not getting any kills in this secondary wave, and that's bad news Bears. That's looking to be a 4-0 very quickly.
Ooh,
if they can't net any of them.
Wow, Raver just played Dragons like a fiddle. Exclusive, he's going in for the challenge. He knows he needs a touch, but he's going to throw his life away. Nothing more he can do, and at this point, there goes Elevate. They're trying to get a touch, not going to be able to do it. My lord. You know, this is Elevate's map pick, Colin, and it's 4-0 in favor of PK.
You had nothing to do in that middle of the round. I believe it was Nero that came away with the final. It was indeed Nero. Okay, I'm watching back on my side screen. Nero comes away with that final kill. I wanted to see if he had snub out, which he did. He hits the headshot there to get the meat shield down and out because of how damaged that last player was with the meat shield summons. And then he kills him off. If Nero gets that kill about 2 seconds earlier, he might be able to stick the corner and get the B hill so that Elevate can then play defense. But because of Pittsburgh having that initial point lead and then being able to wait for Elevate to make the first move, Elevate takes a 1v1 in the middle of the map. The second that's lost, it goes to high hell for Elevate. They have to try to rotate around and win a bunch of shotgun fights. We're coming here to round number 5, though, and we're still going to have a big fight over this drop shot.
Notice Elevate's going to send 4 players down for that drop shot fight, and they're actually losing to the 3 members of PK. 2 of the members went through mid, and now they're going to be able to kind of pincer down. That's that Lancer fire. Player 7's going to get the bulk of it. Nero will fall. Identa's going to get the cleanup onto 1. Drop shot's going to be in the hands of Summons. Longest respawns, ladies and gentlemen, 5-0. PK starts the series off with a 1-0 lead.
5-0. That was quick as a hiccup. 34 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Very dominating performance. Once again, there's Mr. Consistency on your screen. If you want to know who my early vote for MVP of this split one is, he's sitting on your screen right now giving Elevate the cry face. That man, Monkeys, has put on some absolutely stellar performances. I don't know who could bet against him or vote against him right now if it went to a vote.
Doesn't necessarily work because PK is going to be in your face, and then you're going to have to go to the Nasher battle. You can't really make this team uncomfortable. PK is just consistently in control, and I think that's the most difficult thing. And already, there's that Lancer fire for Identitas is out, but Elevate, I like it. They're striking when the anvil's hot. They're going in. They get Alpha and Bravo, and we have a mismatch 4v3. PK, they've got more members over here, but Krabby's, he'll even it up on the Dezo.
Krabby gets the first. Monkeys has a free shot on him. He had no idea he was there. Easy dub for him in that little shotgun fight. Now Monkeys is going to rotate over to the overlook position. I believe he's going for a flank, and Gary gets taken down. That's going to open things wide up for the Pittsburgh Knights to try to take back B.
Take back B. They're going to be all over. Matter of fact, they're on all 3 hills. BK is going to lock this in. Exclusive goes in for a touch. He's got to crawl. Crawl and get there. He won't get the touch, but that's okay because Nero is able to come off of spawn and take that kill onto Monkeys, bring him out and take over the home hill. But now PK's in control. So what do they do with it? Well, it looks like the overextension for Elevate is going to be in play. They've got those 2 members from PK who's going to be there to try and stop them. It's going to be Identitas and Dezo, the duo, against 4 players from Elevate.
Krabby's, he's going to get that little back A shot, little hard aim there, going to get that down, and now they're going to push up Dragons, 3rd member in the area. 3 of them are trying to go home to home. They're trying to over-rotate, overextend here, and get a break onto C, but Monkey's waiting in the wings. He's waiting for the first person to try to push up. Dezenai at the bottom of the steps. He's going to have such a good angle to Lancer out anybody that comes into that fight. He's actually going to rotate over here underneath the overlook. That's a cheeky little angle as well, and you got Dragons trying to wait in the wings, trying to maybe sneak him there as he comes across the bottom of the map, but right now, Pittsburgh Knights, they're in a commanding lead. This is going to come down to a final push. This is going to be an all-or-nothing push by Elevate. They're either going to get a 5-man wipe or they're going to get a 2-to-1 hill advantage. You're going to see somebody rotate over and break through.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2v2 on B. It's going to be a 3v3 for C. Dezo, though, will blindside Dragons. That is a big loss because we knew where Dragons was going to go. He was probably going to assist player 2 and 5 and Nero and Exclusive on that B hill. So now Elevate has no choice. They've got to try to push through this choke point. Krabby's, though, is going to be there. He's going to get chunked. Triple cap in effect. BK takes round 1.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. Took a little while to get there. Summons waiting, like I said, in the wings to try to get that easy kill there on the Dragons. Once he did, he rotated all the way over to the DB Depot and got that decap and applied the pressure to the rest of Elevate. They had to come out of their hiding spots and try to get into those engagements, try to win some of them, and couldn't. So now we go in between rounds. You're probably going to see utilities out for both teams. Looks like the Pittsburgh Knights, they've decided they want an early Tuesday night here.
Seems so, man. PK, they've got things to do, so they want to go ahead and end it as early as they can. But some positives to take away. Elevate did play pretty well during that initial, and I would definitely say even towards mid-game, they were looking solid. It was just PK who was able to close it out towards that late game. But that is promising for Elevate. If they can just clean it up a little bit, maybe be a bit more enforceful in going in, putting that pressure, forcing PK back in their spawn, they'll be okay. But it starts with Gary, and hey, he's going to do it. He's going to take out one. Summons, though, is going to get the trade out, and now Elevate is in trouble. Look at that Lancer fire from PK.
So Summons is going to back up here. He's going to try to get that angle. Krabby's, he's going to have a good couple of shots on the Monkeys, which is going to slow that progression up. And it looks like, I think Elevate is completely abandoned B. They've gone to apply the pressure. They've gone through the middle of the map and are trying to force the issue here at the A hill. You're going to see Dragons trying to get shots in from this corner. Backs up. Good job by him to avoid that next chunk range death. Identiv's little misroll out by him. Gets him killed, and the Dragon picks off a third. That's a great answer from Elevate. They tie it up 1-1. But it comes on the back of completely abandoning the B hill. They said, we're not going to wait for them to get off of spawn. We're going to completely fly across the map. They go under the overlook, into the DV Depot, and actually begin that decap as the first member of the Pittsburgh Knights gets off of respawn. That was a brilliant little play call. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And it also helped that Identis ended up chunking Dezo, right? So, hey, it's always great whenever you have 6 players on your team, minus the 5 that you already have, right? So Identis, one of the better teammates there for the boys on Elevate during that push. But hey, good job on Elevate for taking their first round, and that is their first round in this series so far. Remember, they just lost 5-0 on District, so good on them for keeping it close.
So flashes out, first half hills, setting up for that possible drop shot. We're gonna have a 2v2 with the overlook. I want to stay right here on to Gary. Let's see if he can win this. He bounces that across that back cover. They're both stunned, but I think Gary's gonna come away with the first shot. He does, but he misses. He misses 2, but he hits a full spread there on a third and gets the down on Identives. Great job to get that kill. Now it's up to Monkeys. He's gonna roll back. He's gonna try to play defensively in this. Good stun, good flash, but he's full red. He rolls out, tries to get the kill. Melee comes through for, I believe that's Gary that got it. He was playing that Vermillion character, that Vermilio character, excuse me, that beautiful brand new skin that just came out this week. Now Raver out of the B hill. He's going to try to come back to the home hill, try to help out. They're going to have the pinch onto the C hill here very shortly. The only person that can stop it is Nero, and he's getting pushed by 2. First kill in, though, by Gary. Great rotation, Taylor.
Gary down onto Raver. Good stuff, Gary. That's what we need to see. Go big. Represent Elevate well. Nero had a couple of members down. Nero got to get out of there. He can't. Gary now will get taken down. That is unfortunate. And PK now will push out. But hey, without question, Elevate leads the way. They just need to have to focus on stopping PK from getting on the B, but it's going to be hard. It's a 4v2. Not a lot you can do there.
That was a double push. They came out the front and the back. They had a 2v1 in both situations, back hallway and from the under overlook area. The only person now that has a chance to try to get this round back in the favor of Elevate is Krabby's. He has to get this first kill. He gets called out, though. Monkeys playing the pillar game. Rolling off to the left, not going to be able to get anything done just yet. Monkeys full red, little backslide in. Krabby's has to hit one more good shot onto him. Look at the flash and dash. Oh, baby, nobody puts Monkeys in the corner but Krabby's right there. Did a beautiful job. And now Gary goes to the back A and is shut down. Desanide's going to have a free trip to the DB Depot and the home hill of Elevate.
Krabby's last game on District, he went 4 kills, 9 deaths, so he's wanting to improve that, and rightly so. He is a dominant Slayer, and he's going to approve that in that regard versus Monkeys. But this is the reality of it, though. Elevate's committed a lot. Dragons is on lives 1 out of 4. Exclusive isn't getting back into the map, which actually he will go ahead and respawn back in. But Dragons is gone. He's on his last slide, and we still have 1 more round in this half. PK, they're starting to close that deficit. They're going to have to lead very soon. They're in control of both home hills. And Elevate, they're in shambles. So PK is going to take this round most likely. And the scary thing is, Elevate, they're going to be down in respawns.
You're going to see here, Nero trying to answer back, trying to get kills, shut down by Raver. Raver now just bouncing around, playing the Palace Guard, one of the biggest targets in the game, but making it look easy to evade shots and get a double kill there and to solidify a 2-1 round count lead in this second map. They are 3 rounds away from shutting down Elevate 2-0 and possibly getting a 10-1 round count on them.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That is definitely going to hurt. But you know what? It's not out of the realm of possibility. Either way, though, we've seen a lot of promise from Elevate. They've kept moments very close, but PK just knows how to close it out. Let's see how this unfolds. Now, you know what? If I had to make a prediction, I really think Elevate's going to lose this round. Granted, I think it's going to be because Dragons is going to run out of lives relatively soon. But this initial means everything. And for the boys on Elevate, they are going to send Gary. They're going to send Krabby's out to fight against 3 members from PK. Matter of fact, player 2 is going to join into the mix. But Krabby's will start off on the Dezo. A good start. Identa's now soloed out. He's going to get finished. So Elevate, keeping it consistent with some solid initials.
Krabby's, he's going to come down here to the A hill, try to get this quick decap off. B hill still uncapped, and it looks like Pittsburgh Knights are going to play a 3-man up, a 3 up here at the B hill. Whether or not they're going to have to get the kill here on Nero first. Now they've made it a 4v2, maybe even a 5. It looks like all 5 members of the Pittsburgh Knights are in the area. They're going to go for this B hill and solidify this and then fight out from this area. Monkeys, he's going to get pushed by 2 members of Elevate and is going to get taken down. Good job to get that first kill. Krabby's goes to the back A, won't be able to get it. Goes to the wrap shot, won't get that either. He knows that his shots aren't hitting in that situation. He needs to get out of dodge, try to conserve what's left of his life until he turns around and beats the oh-so-dreaded 4-barreled shotty of Raver.
Ooh, and Raver's been playing good. Gary, what are you going to do? Not able to clutch up in this moment. Elevate was threatening that triple cap, but doesn't come to fruition. Now, PK, they're off to the races. 4 strong once again to push into 3 members of Elevate. Summons down low, goes through mid. Exclusive now is going to be Lancered out. He will fall. This is where PK starts to heat up. But look at Krabby's, though, trying to make some moves. He does on the summons, but Dezo quickly silences him. Now, in that engagement, Elevate had some heavy casualties. You've got Dragons at 1 out of 4. Exclusive and Nero also 1 out of 4. Krabby's will join in the mix too. So this is getting pretty scary. Elevate may have the lead, but holding on to that lead when your respawns are so low is going to be difficult.
2-1 hill advantage. They're down by about 75 points in this one. They got to come back. They're going to have to hold this for a while. It is a 4 versus 3 here. On this side of the map, Elevate is mounting up this retake. They're trying to get into the area. Monkey's getting pistoled out. He's going to roll away from it. He's going to try to save his life and conserve most of what's left, but he's going to get caught out and shot on there at the very end. But look at the breakthrough. Identive's already over to the A hill. Excuse me, already over to the C hill. Already taking it back in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights, trying to keep it close enough for them to be within striking distance. Now you're going to see Identives get the first down, but he's going to get Lancered out from behind, get that kill. Here comes Monkeys. He's going to clean up too. That leaves the C hill open for the retake of the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to have their home and the home of Elevate here very shortly, which is going to give them a chance to maybe get one more break onto B and go up 3-1, but it's going to be very close and very hairy for them to try to win this round.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, but the potential is there. Barry, though, needs to win these fights. This was so big. Dragons now from that flank. He's got to go in, and he gets one. Exclusive will pick up the other, and Elevate will maintain. No, they don't. They don't get C. Okay, finally they do. I was getting a little bit worried as Identitas are pushing in. Player 2 is also going to get the break on B. This is such an important round for Elevate. If they can keep it close going into the second half, that changes the pace of the game, and it looks as if they're going to be able to do it unless PK can pull off a miracle here.
Now here comes Raver. He's going to try his hand full head down ahead, and he's going to get Lancered out. That should solidify the round. Ladies and gentlemen, for Elevate, they tie it up 2-2 going into the second half here. Hills are going to flip. The respawns will refill for everybody, and now we're going to have a big team fight over there at the Overlook and the U every single round to see who can come away with the positioning to try to get it. Now we're going to see shot grenades out for both teams. Overlook hovering over by the Pittsburgh Knights. I want to see if they put that drop shot here by themselves. Nope, they're going to come back over here to the loadout and just even up the utility for both teams. And Taylor, who would have thunk it? way into the season. Who would have ever seen all that utility come out?
I love it. I really do. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I was talking with Jacob earlier, when we were casting over Rebel versus Fire and Ice, and I was kind of saying, it's great that the Talon of Boltok no longer is in play. It was exciting to watch heads roll. It was exciting to watch the Talon players, right? I mean, you hear the Talon just strike fears in your bones, but I love the use of utility because it allows more depth into the pushes, more strategy overall. Just like that shock there, right? Cutting off players 0 and 7 from pushing in. It should have given the advantage to Elevate, but unfortunately, they don't get the value they intended to get.
Not going to get as much as they want out of this fight. Pittsburgh Knights are going to have complete control over the E and the U. You're going to see Raver go down. I'm not sure if he's going to get Lancered out. Dragons is trying to finish him off. About 7 or 8 more snub shots in, but couldn't get the finish. He gets revived, and they get away with their life. Only 2 members of Elevate are alive. Now a 3rd member comes off of respawn, but Pittsburgh Knights have the map positioning, and they're going to have the 2-to-1 hill advantage early in round number 5.
Early advantage. Krabby's down low. Dez is going to try and just pepper him along with that of Dragons. Elevate is steadying up for one hell of a push in on that neutral. Summon's going to be at the forefront. Utilities thrown, no worries. We'll keep them at bay for the moment. This is going to be difficult, right? I mean, the smoke is out. Raver, though, is going to get the first kill onto Krabby's. Nero's going to also fall. Gary to it, and it looks like Elevate is starting to unfurl. Dragon's also gone. Krabby's now in the corner, but watch out, he's on the flank. He doesn't take the shot. What a bold play.
He tried to go for Dezenai, but he started sprinting at the bottom of the stairs. He's making more noise than a herd of elephants inside a glass china shop, but he still comes away with a kill, but he's left in no man's land. It was, oh, what a kill! Oh my God!
Colin! Krabby just pulled off a beautiful play.
How did my mans come away with that?
I don't know. That was wild, man.
He loaded his Lancer into his shotgun. That's how he got the kill. He shot a whole nother gun out of that trigger. That was a highlight reel play if I've ever seen one, to not only get that kill after getting called out so early, but to get the second kill to be able to finish off the round. Summons those, not playing any games with him, finishes him off with a little headshot when he's down, but not out. Here you see Elevate is eliminated, and the Pittsburgh Knights are in control yet again. All right, look, trying to be the sneaky beaver, as you like to call it, but I mean, you can only be but so quiet when you're sprinting at full speed. All right, here comes. Slow this thing down frame by frame, baby. Hit me with it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Like a fine wine right there, man. That was just nice. You know what? That's okay. Elevate loses that round, but Krabby's, he wins my heart. That was just a beautiful play from Hill, man.
I know. Look, the voice of God in my head just apologized, and I'm gonna go ahead and say there's no reason to apologize. I can watch that play a billion times. I'm not gonna know how. I don't know how he does it, but it's gonna look good all one of those billion times. Never am I gonna look at that play and say, God dang, man, that was ugly. I'm gonna look at it and say, how did he do that?
It's just El Cravo, baby. That's that guy. Kingler himself. He's been promoted. He's been evolved. I love watching him play. Really, he's so smooth with it. But here we go. Shocks have been, in fact, halved out. And Identi's going to be the first one to go into the cut with that Lancer. He's going to start peppering onto Gary. Exclusive of Nero, though, it's going to be a solid shot connection. Dentas will fall, and unfortunately, Summons can't get the pickup. So we're going to lose 2 players in Elevate, but more importantly, we're going to lose 4 onto the side of PK. Summons has been soloed out, trying to stay up. Good moving. No, he does not. No, he does not. Colin!
Tries everything in the bag of tricks, but Exclusive will come away there with that kill. Now you're going to see Raver pushing up. Look at how fast Pittsburgh Knights is to get back to the B hill fire, get back to the E hill fight, get back to that U, and try to apply pressure to Exclusive, who just finished capping by the time Raver was already lancering him yet again.
Ooh, Monkeys. Good kill onto Gary. Nero's going to throw his hat in the ring, picks up 1. Krabby's is there to assist. Neutral, still in no one's hands. PK is going to be the first one to get the touch onto it. They're going to go ahead and lock it in place. Elevate had a minor lead at the beginning, but PK will start closing out that deficit. But look at the pressure from Elevate, Colin. They're pushing in.
Krabby's now. He's going to try to bounce down to the stairs. Monkeys is going to get that easy pick on him. And now Monkeys goes for the easy shot on Nero and misses. Nero goes down. That's 2 quick kills for Identives. The shot comes out, but it's too late to get the down on him. Gary has to rotate out. He turns around. What are you doing, big man? You've got it down. You better secure at least one of them kills. That's... These guys, oh my God. I got no words. I got no words because what I want to say, it ain't necessarily appropriate.
Man, these guys are just going for blood. Like I said, I think at some level it's a little personal. It really is, specifically for Krabbies and Identives. But I will say this. Elevate, they're only down 1 round. Training Grounds should have been a wipe. PK, this is their favorite map, a map that they dominate on overall. But I will say this, Elevate, cleaning up the rack. That 5-0 from before on District, it doesn't matter. Elevate, they're not fazed by it, and they're still fighting tooth and nail for this victory. But the realistic thing is, Nero's now is on his last life, so is Exclusive. Gary is knocking on the door of being there, and Krabbies is as well. So Elevate, even though they are in there, they're putting up a great fight, they are starting to hurt.
They are starting to get really close to their final lives, their final respawns. Domination being threatened momentarily by the Pittsburgh Knights. Dragons will get one. He's going to bounce in, try to stay on the cover and get a shot on Identives, but it will not come through. There is the 4th round on the board for the Pittsburgh Knights. 1 round away from getting a 5-2 and a 10-2 round count, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I ain't the best at maths, my man. I ain't the best at maths.
No, it'd be 10-2, 100%. You know, the only rounds that Elevate's been able to win in this series overall are these 2 rounds here on Training Grounds. So they were 5-0 on District just a little bit earlier. But it's like I see a lot of flash and dash from Elevate, man. I see these big plays, but overall, it's just I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, because you have a much richer understanding, right, of the Gears game, the Gears meta, and just kind of how everything unfolds. But it doesn't seem like Elevate really is messing up like big time. It just seems as if PK is just a better team overall. And even though Elevate sets up, they have those good plays, they just can't go toe-to-toe versus PK. I mean, they just literally cannot battle against that slaying power from PK.
Easiest way to put it, my man, and this is going to sound really, really silly to a lot of people out there in the stream, you got to look at it like a stat, man. People on Elevate, their shotgun ability is low 90s to high 90s. They're all those gold cards that you want to see, you want to be able to get. They're great players. Their Lancer and their setup, it's that mid to high 60s, low 70s. They got to work on those setups, and right there, they got to work on figuring out how to survive round number 7, because that took 27 seconds for the Pittsburgh Knights to cap it off